Thank you. Joining us now, the anchor of Fox News Sunday, Chris Wallace. Chris, it's great to see you. The president's speech has now become the lead story of the day. You know, I'm hearing from both sides of the aisle people saying that they believe that this was risky. You agree?
No, I don't think so at all. I thought the president was trying to put this in context, and I think to a certain degree he was trying to explain in a verdict that has been somewhat divisive in this country why both sides feel the way that they do. I thought he talked in very personal terms about, you know, how it is when you're a young black man and you're stopped for being black, whether it's people clutching their purse when you walk down the street or it's somebody stopping you when you're in a store and you've done nothing except be black. On the other hand, I think he was saying to the black community that this had been a fair trial, that the jury had spoken, that's the way the system works, that to act in any violent fashion would be to dishonor the wishes and the behavior of the Trayvon Martin family. And I thought, as Wendell said, he put it in a quite a realistic context. He said, you know, there is certainly the federal government, the Justice Department will take a look at hate crimes and civil rights violations, but he made it clear the chances that any of that will, one, proceed or two, be successful are very unlikely. So I'm not sure I see what's risky about it. I think he was trying to put this in context and trying to say to Americans of all colors and all political persuasions, try to understand and try to learn from what happened here. Robert Zimmerman sure seemed to understand it, George Zimmerman's brother.
He did indeed, and we're going to play some more of that later, Chris. I want to just play some more of the president and then get your thoughts on this. Play this soundbite.
And when you think about why, in the African-American community at least, there's a lot of pain around what happened here, I think it's important to recognize that the African-American community is looking at this issue through a set of experiences and a history that doesn't go away.
And so some of the criticism here, Chris, is that the president seems to be inserting himself in this, which he clearly wanted to give this speech, and the timing is something that people are saying might come on the heels of this DOJ investigation. The question people are asking is this the president's attempt to ease racial tensions? Is he possibly stoking racial tensions? What's your takeaway from this?
I thought he was trying to help both sides of the divide understand, and I thought he was especially moving when he talked about the new generation, talked about his daughters and the idea that the new generation, the upcoming generation, is better than people of our ages were, in the sense that they're more colorblind, that they don't see whites see blacks or blacks see whites as much of a threat. No, I thought he was trying to deal with it in a forthright fashion. I think, you know, whether it was his race speech during the 2008 campaign or various other speeches he's given at various points, I think this is sometimes when the president can be most effective. The speech he gave after the senseless shooting of Gabby Giffords in Tucson about violence in our society. Boy, I sure don't see how you can read this as in any way stoking racial tensions.
And what about the timing? I mean, I asked Wendell at the top of his live shot, Chris, about why now? Why do you think now it was so important for the president to come out and talk about this?
Well, look, I think initially he may have felt that anything he said was going to only increase the tensions. He had a couple of interviews with some Hispanic stations, and I think he fully expected and was prepared to answer that. That's certainly what the press secretary, Jay Carney, suggested. He didn't get asked the question, so he didn't answer, and I suspect he felt, look, before this week is over and we move on, there's some things I want to say on this issue. You know, this is a president who believes in teachable moments, and I think he felt the desire to be on the record and to say what he felt on these issues. And, you know, next week, as we all know in the news business, we'll be onto something else.